So what's up, horror fans? If you thought the Ludomus family's deadly game of hide-and-seek was insane, then buckle up. Because Ready or Not 2 dropped in 2026 and it is bigger, bloodier, and way more unhinged than the original. Here Samara Weaving returns as Grace, now dragging her estranged sister Faith, played by Kathryn Newton, into the nightmare, while 4 elite satanic families fight to the death for control of the entire world. So directed by the same Radio Silence team, this sequel picks up literally seconds after the mansion exploded, and it does not slow down for a single second. But take my words as spoilers, because we're covering the full plot, every major twist, and a deep breakdown of that jaw-dropping ending. So as I said, the movie opens exactly where the 2019 film left off. Grace Macaulay, still wearing her shredded and blood-soaked wedding dress, stumbles out of the burning Ludomus mansion and collapses. Paramedics rush her to the hospital, where she wakes up handcuffed to the bed and being interrogated by police who believe she murdered an entire wealthy family. Meanwhile, her emergency contact turns out to be her younger sister Faith, whom she hasn't spoken to since she left home at 15. So Faith arrives, equal parts worried and angry, giving the audience a quick catch-up on the events of the first movie. On the other hand, the real power behind the scenes begins to stir. Like the Ludomus family was only one branch of a secret council made up of 6 ultra-rich families who struck a deal with Mr. LaBelle, the devil himself, many decades earlier. Well, they maintain their power by playing these deadly games. And Grace's survival and the destruction of the Ludomus bloodline trigger an entirely new game, where the council gathers at the massive Danforth family compound, a creepy modern fortress that hides a literal black temple beneath it. So the ruthless Danforth twins, Titus and Ursula, murder their own father to seize control and kick off the night's events, while Grace and Faith are kidnapped and brought to the compound, where they wake up tied to chairs. Then there, Mr. LaBelle's slick representative, known simply as the lawyer, explains the new rules. Like because Grace won the first game, she now has the right to claim the high seat, which grants infinite power and control over the council. However, the 4 remaining families have one night to hunt her down and kill her before sunrise. And whoever delivers the killing blow wins the high seat instead. So the entire compound becomes the playing field, and the families are armed to the teeth while constantly betraying one another. So from there what follows is pure chaotic horror comedy. The sisters fight their way through the fortress using guns, traps, and sheer determination. They witness rival families, the Chengs, the El Catos, and the Rajans getting wiped out in increasingly creative and gory ways. While Grace remains the resourceful final girl we loved from the first film, but this time she's fiercely protecting her sister, which adds real emotional weight. Actually, Faith starts off terrified and resentful, but the two slowly begin to rebuild their broken bond in the middle of the bloodbath. Meanwhile, the Danforth twins play the dirtiest, making the conflict deeply personal. And by the final act, only the Danforths remain, and Grace finds herself cornered with Faith's life hanging in the balance. So now let's talk about the ending, because things get absolutely wild in the final 20 minutes. Like Grace is trapped, and Titus has taken Faith hostage, threatening to kill her unless Grace surrenders. But earlier, one of the council members revealed a crucial loophole in LaBelle's contract. Like if Grace marries into another council family, the game ends instantly in that family's favor and everyone survives. So in a classic Grace move, she proposes to Titus on the spot. And the power-hungry and arrogant Titus agrees immediately. Well, Titus killed his sister and they rush into the Black Temple for a rushed, satanic wedding ceremony officiated by the lawyer. Vows are exchanged, Titus kisses the bride, and he grabs the ring, already gloating about becoming the most powerful person alive. But that's when Grace strikes. She grabs a ceremonial dagger and stabs Titus repeatedly in the neck. She exploits the very rules of the cult. Like there is no penalty for killing your own family, something Titus himself had bragged about after murdering his sister and father. So Faith helps kick his dying body into the giant corpse pit at the center of the temple. And with Titus dead, Grace technically claims the high seat. The lawyer hands her the ring of ultimate power, but instead of embracing it, Grace looks at the ring with pure disgust. And her very first and only act as the most powerful person on earth is to abdicate. She removes herself from the council completely, and hurls the ring straight into the corpse pit. But suddenly chaos erupts as the last surviving council members dive into the pit like starving animals, slaughtering each other to reach the ring. And as dawn is only seconds away, None of them managed to put the ring on in time. So one by one, they begin exploding in over-the-top, gory bursts of blood and guts. And as the final survivor, who thought he was safe outside the pit, explodes violently all over Grace and Faith, so the temple falls silent. Mr. LaBelle himself appears as the creepy goat-headed figure, and simply nods at Grace in quiet respect, as if acknowledging that she has beaten the game twice. And the lawyer tells the sisters they are free to go, no more games, no more debts. But before leaving, Grace frees a goat that was about to be sacrificed in a ritual. So the three of them, Grace, Faith, and the goat, walk out of the compound hand in hand as the sun rises. And as Faith jokes that Grace has now set a world record for the most weddings in 1 week, the sisters share a heartfelt promise to stay together and repair their relationship. Well, the movie ends on a surprisingly hopeful, funny, and warm note. Like the ending literally means that Grace didn't just survive the night, she completely rejected the corrupt power that the villains had craved so desperately. She used their own twisted system to destroy it from the inside, delivering the ultimate screw you to the rules. And the real heart of the story is the sister relationship. While the first movie showed Grace realizing that blood family can be monstrous, this sequel proves that repairing a broken family bond is worth fighting for. And Faith's arc from resentful little sister to loyal partner is genuinely moving, where that final respectful nod from Mr. LaBelle is pure radio silence dark humor, like the devil himself tipping his hat to the woman who beat him at his own game. So there's no heavy sequel bait here. The council is literally blown to pieces, and Grace and Faith walk off into the sunrise with their new goat companion. It feels like a satisfying and complete end to the story. So horror fans, did you love the ending as much as I did? Was the wedding twist genius or a little too over the top? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.